Hi, and welcome to another edition of Right on Rangers Live, coming at you after a disappointing 6-3 loss at the hands of the Kansas City Royals. We're going to break it down for you, give you what analysis we can, try and point out the positive performances that were out there tonight. And there were a few. We had a few guys going multi-hit today. The offense, wasted some opportunities, but they definitely had guys on base. Just could not come through in the clutch, and that's kind of been a recurring theme this year. But 6 extra base hits for this offense today. You had 2 guys with 3 hits in the lineup, and you couldn't get it done. Sad. Look, the Rangers don't drop a lot of series at home. To me, this absolutely is one of those embarrassing series. You're playing a team that came into Arlington on Tuesday night, last night, with a 6-game losing streak. The Royals had lost 6 games in a row coming into Tuesday night's game. And they have looked the much better part so far. And look, the Rangers obviously, they're not throwing Jacob deGrom, Nate Eovaldi, and Tyler Mahle back-to-back like they were early on in the season. I think we are finally seeing the pitching and the depth and some of the injuries that we've had to pitchers catch up to us a little bit. Hard to blame Patrick Corbin. I know Corbin gave up 4 runs in that one inning, in the 3rd inning, whatever it was. It's hard for me to sit here and blame Patrick Corbin for the loss. Look, the guy hadn't given up more than 3 earned runs in any start this entire season. I can't even go there with Patrick Corbin. I can't. He absolutely was a part of the loss tonight, but I don't want to hear any Corbin slander, man. The dude had been totally reliable, more than serviceable, way outperforming his contract. To the tune of, again, 12 or 13, whatever it was, straight starts, allowing 3 earned runs or less. The offense needs to start picking up Patrick Corbin and some of these other pitchers, quite frankly. And it's not happening. Not happening yet, at least. And that is kind of the recurring theme in 2025, isn't it? We got a number of different things to get through tonight. It's going to be a good show. I wish that the content could be a little bit more uplifting after a 6-3 loss to the Royals. Like I said, we'll find the bright spots. We always do here at the show. We'll be real where we need to be real. We'll definitely disclose the ugly truth where it exists, but we'll pull out the positives. We're always good for that. Here Right on Rangers, we cover everything sports, but we put a big emphasis on all the teams we love from the great state of Texas, including the Rangers, and especially the Rangers during the MLB season. Thank you for choosing Right on Rangers for all of your Texas Rangers content. Drop a comment, drop a question. You got something to get off your chest. You need to do a little group therapy session right now. I'm here for you. Sit on the couch. Bare your soul, Rangers Nation. Let's get it out. Come on now. It's all we can do at this point. Sun will come up tomorrow, but let's get this one out the system. I'm going to do a lot of comments, a lot of questions tonight. We're not obviously going through the live game. We can give y'all our full attention. It's going to be good. I got my own things, and I think y'all are probably going to have me hit those naturally, but if you don't, and there's a little lull in the action, I will 100% make sure that I give you guys my 2 cents on a couple of things that have been burning in my mind. Let me scroll back a little bit on TikTok. What's up, everybody? We got a good little group together today. Let me get started from the top. Hey, it's the boy Nate. What's good, man? Y'all got to follow It's the boy Nate right here if y'all aren't already. Fire edits, fire Rangers edits. Nate, what's good, my guy? I am annoyed with this team right now, too. I mean, you just won a series on the road. Right? You won in Minnesota. You won against Washington. You've been stacking up all of these great series wins. And then you come back home to Arlington, and you've got this game against Kansas City, this series against Kansas City. and they're coming in with a 6-game losing streak, and this is how you play. It's very annoying, to say the least. Frustrating. I mean, especially when you go up 2-0, right? In our Discord, I have a Right on Rangers Discord that I've hooked up for paid subscribers on TikTok and paid members on YouTube. It's awesome, by the way. If you're interested in joining, I'll plug it a little later. Hit that subscribe button, $2.99 a month. On YouTube, same thing. I'll drop a comment so y'all can do it. But back to the point. One of my boys in the Discord basically joked after 2-0, is this all we're going to do today? I think it was Andrew. I don't know if Andrew's hanging out with us tonight. Look, I don't blame y'all after some of these L's. By the way, I just commented that link. Anybody on YouTube or X, if y'all want to join, paste that in a browser. So we're going to go ahead and just say this. I hate that Andrew was right after 2-0. I hate that he was right. And I know he added one more, but we just left so much on the table tonight. So much. And you look at the numbers, we had 13 opportunities. And actually, the runners in scoring position numbers weren't terrible. 5 for 13 with runners in scoring position. I mean, that's a great average, man. It's a great average. They just could not capitalize. And I know they got some hits, like Marcus Semien had a hit with a runner in scoring position, but Garcia, the third baseman for the Royals, stopped it. So that counts as a hit with runners in scoring position. I think Swaggerty had like kind of an infield single with a runner on second base as well, kind of one of those swinging bunts. So there were a couple of hits like that where it didn't get into the outfield. It was like an infield single. So that kind of inflates the numbers a little bit, but you still left 9 on base. You left 9 on base tonight, just way too many. And the Royals, they did well with runners in scoring position themselves, 3 for 7. And the Royals definitely had that big inning. Then they tacked on a couple in the 8th. That was huge. I mean, you really felt like the game was in reach. I don't know. I've said it a lot on the show. Rangers go down 3 or more runs, and you pretty much, in your heart, it's over. Within 1 or 2, I still feel confident. Like, you know, Langford could come up and smash one. Somebody could hit a solo shot. But once it gets to that 3 or more, I got to admit, I'm starting to lose hope at that point. And when the Rangers let the Royals go up by 3 runs, look, Hoby Milner, another guy I'm just not going to blame tonight. I don't want to hear Hoby Milner slander. Nobody better be giving me any Hoby Milner slander tonight. Dude's been freaking nails. 2.31 ERA, and that was with giving up 2 runs tonight. The man still has a 2.31 ERA. And if I'm being totally real about Hoby Milner's outing, it would help if Kyle Higashioka remembered how to play catcher. I mean, dude, what are we doing? I mean, there were multiple plays in that 8th inning. Like, Higgy, what are we doing, buddy? We're forgetting how to catch a ball. I know there was like some weird cross-up. I still got to blame that on the catcher a little bit. You don't see Hoby and Jonah Heim getting crossed up very often. So, I mean, Higgy was just not helpful today, man. Just not helpful today behind the dish. And look, the flip, I know the flip from Hoby was a little bit low. That's still a ball that Higgy can scoop and apply a tag to. I don't want to hear any excuses. That Hoby Milner flip could have been way better. It's a bang-bang play. It's a ball that Higgy should 1,000% be able to pick. I know it kind of hit the dirt for a second. That is an easy pick and swipe. And they probably still could have got the runner at the plate, even though the flip from Hoby was not ideal. So Higgy in that 8th inning, to me, was directly responsible for run scoring. And I said it last night. We were talking about the catching. I just don't even get what you do at the catcher position for Texas. I mean, besides going out and getting one, Malcolm Moore's not ready. Besides going out and getting a catcher, the Rangers just feels like they have a black hole at the position right now. Higgy has been a big disappointment. There's no other way to put it. Jonah Heim has had his moments of flash, but by and large, it's been another disappointing season for Heim. It's a black hole position for Texas at this moment in time. It is. And I love Jonah Heim. Think he's a great dude. Really wanted to see him turn it around. It hasn't been good. Just has not been good. And we're getting pretty close here, y'all. I mean, we are almost halfway through the season, right? This was game number what? What was this? Game 70, 74? We're 8 games away, or 7 games away. Sorry, never was a math guy. At the halfway point. I really don't feel great about either guy right now back there. And what Higgy did in that 8th inning, to me, the pass ball and the inability to get the flip from Hoby and successfully tag the runner out, who would have been out by probably, 2 steps? Just ridiculous. We keep going. Let me see. I got this is what happens to me. I just get on these rants. So I'm going to try and get back on track here. Do I think Garcia will ever be traded? Yes. I think Garcia has to be traded either at the deadline or you've got to trade Dolly in the offseason. You've got to trade him either at the deadline or the offseason. I know that there's a bunch of people now that Adolis is kind of on a little bit of a heater, right? I mean, he's looking good. And I know that some people can't conceptualize this, but I cheer for Adolis to get a hit every time. And I joke, like in the Discord, I joke all the time with the boys, like, trade value going up whenever Adolis does well. Trade value going up, baby. Let's go. I always joke with the boys like that. But look, honestly, as long as Adolis wears Rangers across his chest, cheering for that dude like nothing else. As long as he is in a Texas uniform. I never cheer for guys to do poorly, ever. Even if I would rather the team move on or play somebody else. And I've been pretty vocal about who I think the Rangers need to be playing. And I've been very vocal when guys are struggling and there needs to be a change. We don't always get it right. It's impossible to. But then again, neither do front offices and managers. Nobody always gets it right. With Adolis, I am going to cheer as loud as I possibly can for the guy as long as he's in Arlington. But if I'm being real, putting on the general manager hat, the trade value is looking more positive every time the man goes 1 for 4, 1 for 3 with a walk. Every time he hits a bomb. Somebody I know, I think it was Jaden in the chat was saying, is anybody going to want Adolis? And I'm like, dude, yes. Yes. There's going to be teams that want Adolis. 100%. Trade him to an NL team. I would not put Adolis on any AL contender. That's the last thing you want, is running into Adolis Garcia and having him torch you in October. I mean, look, I'm not saying he will, but that's just kind of the Rangers' luck, isn't it? Whoever they trade away turns into a gold mine wherever they land. So I don't want to see Adolis in an AL uniform. I want to see him in the NL. And hopefully on one of those fringe teams that's maybe being a little aggressive and probably isn't going to make a lot of noise in October. And what do you get for Adolis? Probably a bullpen arm, kind of a Nate Lowe, Robert Garcia style trade. That's what I would be doing with Adolis, 100%. Appreciate the follows, by the way. Thank you so much. A bunch of y'all have been following. Jeez. Sorry I missed y'all. Appreciate you. Zach, I'm tired of the offense too. Thanks for tuning in, my guy. Always good to see you. The offense, it's tough. You don't have Josh Smith, though, and it is odd. Like, whenever the Rangers are missing somebody, have y'all felt this too? It just feels like whenever we're missing somebody, it's just off. Like, we can never just have a game where we're maybe missing one pretty good player, but we still end up winning. And I'm sure that y'all are going to point to something. I know I'm being maybe a little bit exaggerative here, but it just feels like, man, if Seager's out, if Smith is out, if Carter is out, we're just not clicking. It's like we got to have everybody in the lineup playing. Otherwise, we're not clicking. And look, I'm sure there's a couple anomalies here or there. Absolutely. But I would just really, really like to see this lineup be able to withstand one or two guys being out. And the offense not just totally going to crap. And I know that they had some extra base hits tonight. But let's be real about the box score. You had Haggerty and Langford with 6 hits combined. And then you had Adolis with 2 more. And you had a few guys. Obviously, Josh Young had a nice double. Berger had a double. Higgy had a base knock. Simeon had a nice infield single. Corey Seager had a rough night at the plate. And look, I know a couple people on YouTube commented, when's Seager going to start hitting? Look, he had a couple of hard hits tonight. And I'm totally biased on Corey Seager. I've been very upfront about that. One of my favorite Rangers players of all time, probably my favorite current Rangers player. I love Seager. It's hard for me to be totally objective with him. I'm going to be straight up with y'all. But yeah, I got 2 eyes and I can read a slash line, and Seager's is not looking great right now. And he came up twice with a runner on second and nobody out and couldn't even advance the runner. That was painful tonight from Seags. You've got to have better from him. 2 out. And look, I probably have a little bit more understanding. Runner on second, nobody out, and you can't even send a deep fly ball to the outfield. You're swinging and whiffing. Not great. It's not great. We keep going. Am I interested? Oh, if you're selling, maybe. I know a couple of y'all have offered to just send them my way, and I appreciate that a lot. At this point, if you've got an extra one that you're willing to send my way, I think I've thrown it out there. I'd be happy to pay you a little bit extra, but no, I'm probably not looking to buy at like face value or buy one for 30 or 40 bucks. I've already done that enough this year. If you got an extra one laying around and you just want to be generous, I would be more than happy to pay shipping and throw a little extra something in there for your troubles. But no, I'm not looking to pay 25 or 30 bucks, although I appreciate you thinking of me. I'm not trying to say that in any kind of rude way. I definitely appreciate it. But no, I already spent probably way too much on bobbleheads this year, to be completely real. So, again, you want to be a little generous, send one my way. I'll pay for shipping. Throw a little extra on top for a cold beverage of your choice. Dr. Pepper, Coke, whatever else. You fill in the rest of the blanks. We keep going. This is awesome. I love Astros fans coming in here and just trying to troll and doing a terrible job at it. Look, regardless of how Corey Seager did tonight, nobody is taking Jeremy Pena in a do or die at bat over Corey Seager with a brain. Like, I hate to break it to any of you that would rather have Jeremy Pena. I surely hope not. If you're a Texas Rangers fan, there's nobody that's choosing Jeremy Pena in a do or die at bat over Corey Seager, the 2-time World Series MVP. Sorry. I don't even care what the numbers are, Jeremy Pena versus Corey Seager. There's nobody that's picking Pena over Seager in a do or die at bat. So have fun with that. Absolutely have fun with that. Keep going. I'd rather let more come up and hit less than 200 and get acclimated to becoming an everyday cat. Shoot, Malcolm Moore, I don't think he's ready, although he is crushing it right now at high A. I think he has pretty close to a 1,000 OPS. Richard, this is a good point. Like we are seeing what it's like now to not have the pitching depth. We don't have DeGrom. We have DeGrom, but they're really spacing him out. You know, he's not throwing every 5th day. He's throwing like every 6th or 7th day at this point. Evo obviously is on the shelf. Looks like maybe he'll be back by the end of the month or early July. You're missing Tyler Mahle. Reinforcements are coming. Cody Bradford looks to be back at the beginning of July. There was a pretty big update that I sent out in the Discord, but I'm kind of forgetting and blanking on it beyond the time frames. I know that Spores is throwing a bullpen, but apparently he has not touched over 90 miles an hour. And he was kind of joking about the velocity a little bit. So I don't know if that's something to be concerned about, but bringing it back full circle, the Rangers have reinforcements coming. John Gray is probably not going to be till late July. But at this point, you are seeing the Rangers struggle a little bit without having all their horses at the front of the rotation. Not having Evo every 5th, not having Mahle every 5th, it makes a big difference. Because, I mean, you think about it, obviously tomorrow, if all was right, you would be throwing Jacob deGrom. You're not. The Rangers are doing a bullpen game tomorrow. So I definitely really, really think at this point, the Rangers have to survive June. They've got to survive June. There's no other way around it. You've got to survive. I don't think that there's any other option. You've got to tread water for the next 2 weeks. And then you're going to get a lot of guys back, and you're going to be back to pretty much full health. At this point, though, it could go south very quickly. I mean, we saw how quickly the Rangers got back to 500. You can be 7-8 games under like that in a 2-week stretch. So I just hoping and praying that we can stay above water for about 2 more weeks until we get this influx of injured pitching. Jock Peterson, I know that doesn't probably inspire a lot of hope in all y'all, but Jock is back in a couple of weeks at the end of June. Maybe he's a new man after several weeks off. I know a bunch of y'all kind of threw that out there. That's my hope. Hey, my guy, thank you so much for becoming a member. McJowers, man. Hey, I'm going to put my email in the chat right now, okay, bud? Email me, and then I'm going to send you the link to the Discord, and I'll get you fired up, all right? Appreciate you, bud. I really thank you for the generosity. It means a lot. I'm real excited to have you in the Discord, buddy. It's going to be great. So thank you. Appreciate you. Again, just send me an email at that address that I just dropped in the chat right after the live. Once you send me that email, I'll send you the info. We'll get you squared away. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Love it. Support means a lot, brother. Let me get going here. Andrew, I was actually talking about you earlier, bud. If you're hanging out right now, you said it. You said after 2-0, you're like, I really hope that we're not done. But you kind of intimated we might be done after scoring 2 runs. I mean, they weren't completely done. They scored a 3rd run, but the sentiment, I believe, is still there. And the Rangers just score early, and then you can't do much the rest of the game. Cooper, I'm with you on Adolis, 100%. 100%. We keep going. I trust Chris Young to cook. Keegan, I actually do too. And I think one thing about CY is the dude's competitive. He is not going to sell if the Rangers have any kind of chance. And I know that's going to frustrate some Rangers fans that for whatever reason want to see a fire sale happen. I don't get that at all, by the way. I get selling some pieces, but I do not get a fire sale. Anybody saying that, please clap back hard or just ignore. You don't see me getting on here saying anything like that. The Rangers can be a very good ball club in 2026, regardless of what happens this year. No fire sale. But could you sell Tyler Mahle, Corbin, some other guys with less than 2 years of team control? Absolutely. Absolutely. But I think if the Rangers are within 3-4 games of a playoff spot, you're probably going to see CY buy. I don't think that there's really any other alternative. If the Rangers are 3 or 4 games out of the wild card spot at the trade deadline, you will most likely see Chris Young buy. I mean, I think 5 or 6 games might be a little bit more of a stretch, and I know that that's such a thin margin, but I really do think that is about the threshold. Rangers are 5 or 6 games out of a playoff spot. You know what? Maybe he would still pull the trigger on something, but I think 3-4 games or even a little bit slightly ahead holding a playoff spot, you're going to see him buying. You just are. We keep going. Let me clean up a little nonsense in the chat real quick. Sorry about that, y'all. You guys know I don't block a whole lot. Actually, there were some Astros fans complimenting me because apparently there's other people that are a little quicker on the trigger. I don't care at all about people coming in and doing a little bit of trolling. It doesn't bug me. It's just the nonsense, man. The inappropriate, just trying to, be disgusting and vulgar for no reason. Just not my thing. Anyways, appreciate y'all. Let me see. A trade for Hunter Goodman? Absolutely. The only thing I would say about Hunter Goodman is you wonder how much the Rangers are going to want to give up when they've got Malcolm Moore in the pipeline. And Malcolm Moore is the number 3 prospect, according to MLB.com, for the Texas Rangers. So do you really want to sell the farm for Hunter Goodman? Rocky's catcher, by the way. Look, I don't know every player that's available and out there, but yeah, Hunter Goodman obviously would be a player I'd love to have. The guy's hitting like close to 290. I think he has 13 homers, can play catcher. That would be huge. But I just don't know. How much does, CY, Fenstermaker, how much do all those dudes really want to spend big-time capital on a catcher when you've got Malcolm Moore coming up? Austin, I'm not saying by any means that it's a bad idea. I'm just wondering out loud, if you've got Malcolm Moore coming up 2027, I don't think he's going to be ready next year. But when Jonah's rookie contract expires, which is at the end of 2026, I do think that Malcolm Moore is going to get a shot in 2027 to be the guy. So I love Malcolm Moore. I'm just curious, if you've got him in a year and a half, maybe fighting for a starting catching position, which I think is reasonable. Malcolm Moore played in college. I mean, this isn't an 18-year-old kid, a 17-year-old kid that you're drafting out of high school. I'm not sure exactly what Malcolm Moore's age is off the top of my head, but I'll try and look it up real quick for y'all. Let's see. He's 22, or he turns 22 this year. So, I mean, Malcolm Moore is not 18-year-old, 17-year-old kid. The dude has been around. I would think as a top draft pick, first-round pick, I would think Malcolm Moore would be ready in 2027. I would think. So we'll see what they decide to do with Hunter Goodman. We keep going. Appreciate all y'all. Let's see. Team is not fun to watch. The thing is, they've been very fun to watch at home. It was the road where they were just unwatchable, and then they started winning on the road. Just sucks that you had to lose this series to the Royals, who were coming in with 6 losses in a row. And then they finally decide to figure it out once they get to Texas, man. Shoot. It's just how it goes sometimes. It really is. Keep going. JJ, what's good, man? Thanks for hanging out. Good to see you. Colorado for Doyle. I didn't think Doyle was having that good of a year, Andrew. Am I wrong on that one? I didn't think Doyle was having like some awesome year last time I checked. Doyle's hitting 194. That doesn't sound like a guy we want on the club. I mean, I don't know. Tell me what I'm missing. I don't think we need any guys who are hitting south of the Mendoza line. Yeah, look, and JJ, we were talking, like, it's hard to get mad at the pitching. Hoby, Milner, Patrick Corbin, the guys that give up all the runs tonight, those guys have been as solid as anybody in the league, really. I know that there's some better ERAs and better numbers than what Patrick Corbin has, but, I mean, seriously, Patrick Corbin's been great. He hasn't given up more than 3 earned runs in a start until, well, tonight. So I think that it's really, really difficult for me to go off on those guys. And JJ, I'm not saying that you are, but I think at this point, I just look at some of the guys that came up with runners in scoring position and weren't able to drive in runs. I know that we had some hits with runners in scoring position today. It just wasn't meant to be. You had Josh Young and Langford leaving guys in scoring position with 2 outs. Adolis had a nice 2-out RBI. I think he was a bright spot today. Haggerty and Langford, both bright spots, obviously. Haggerty, I think you're going to go ahead and just continue to play him, man. I think he's got to continue to play. We need quality starters in a bullpen. We're not going to go get any starters, though. We've got Cody Bradford coming back at the beginning of July. John Gray is coming back at the end of July. We're not going to go get any starters. I would be really, really shocked. I'd be really surprised if we went out and got some starting pitching. If anything, I think we're going to sell some starting pitching by the deadline with how much we have coming back. And there's some guys down at AAA that are doing pretty well. Some starting pitchers that I think you got to be really, really encouraged by. I'm not saying those guys are going to come up and make an impact this year, but I think the Rangers are good on starting pitching. I really do. Something's wrong with Seager. I think he actually hit the ball pretty hard tonight. He had some strikeouts. He had two in play that were hit pretty hard, man. By the way, I'm just getting a notification. The Rangers are going to use Sean Armstrong as an opener tomorrow. Bullpen game tomorrow. Hopefully Sean can do what he did last time, like throw a 3-inning perfect game. That would be phenomenal. Seager's not missing, but it feels like it. Yeah, I mean, he did strike out 3 times tonight, hard Chuck. And I got to be real about that too. Y'all know I'm the biggest Seager homer there is, but he did hit a couple pretty well struck, and they were just right at people. I think he had one at like 105 off the bat. Like, the guy hits the ball hard. But he did strike out 3 times. I think he foul tipped one off of Bubic. I mean, look, lefty. I think Siegs was 1 for 4 against Bubic coming into tonight with a home run, granted, but it's a tough lefty, man. It's hard for me to like crap on Seager anyways, but it's especially hard when you're going up against one of the best lefties in the game. Chris Bubic is having a phenomenal year. So I'm not going to overreact to Seager's night tonight, 0 for 5 with 3 Ks. Tough lefty and made some hard contact here and there, but obviously he came up a couple of times with runners in scoring position, and you want him to come through. And if he does come through, honestly, it's probably a different ballgame. So I do think you got to look at Corey. There's some blame to give out to him today. I don't think there's any hiding from that. But with that being said, he has been on a good run. I mean, he had an MLB season best, 10 walks in a row, 10 games with a walk in a row. The guy's been getting on base. He did not get on base tonight, but look, up until really tonight's game, Siegs have been on a nice little run. We keep going. Will the Rangers pull off a big trade? I sure hope so. Did they win when you were fishing? I don't know. When were you fishing? Today? Probably time to consider selling. Maybe a soft sale, hard shot. My Phillies may come back in the division. Phillies got the firepower, man. Richard, buyer or seller? I'm going to say soft seller, soft buyer. Kind of like last year. That's my prediction. Soft buy, soft sell for Texas. Probably will go out and get a couple of pieces. Nothing too flashy or splashy. And then probably sell a couple pieces too. So can I say both? I think they're probably going to be both at this point. Keep going. Yeah, Doyle isn't having a good year, Austin. You're right on that. Garcia had his chance to at least tie the game with 1 out with players on first and third in the bottom of 7, but grounded into a double play. Gio, the only thing I'll say about the Garcia double play, I mean, that ball was absolutely smoked. I mean, that double play that Doley hit into was absolutely smoked. I want to say 105 off the bat. Yes, I was right. 105.3 off the bat. I mean, that was unlucky. I mean, Adolis was on that pitch. I definitely wish that it would have found a hole, but 105 off the bat, I mean, that's square. It's just right at somebody. Holy cow. Appreciate all the likes, man. Y'all got me over 10K. That's what's up. Y'all are doing the most tonight. Thank you, TikTok, man. Y'all got me over 10,000 likes. I think this is the first time I've ever been over 10K. Y'all are awesome, man. Thank you so much. I don't know what the highest I've ever been on the leaderboard is. Y'all know how they do the leaderboard for like sport, you know, like the different categories and stuff. I wonder what the highest I've ever been is. I don't know. But shoot, y'all are trying. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't really know my way around the TikTok live. I know there's probably a really easy way to check, but anyways. Hey, what's good? Thank you everybody for hanging out. Man, I really appreciate all of y'all that still show up after these games. It's not easy for me to always get on and do the lives, but I genuinely mean this. Like, every time I get on, and if there's ever a night where I'm like, man, this sucks, I don't want to get on here and talk about freaking 6-3 loss, y'all always make me feel a little bit better. It's just like good to know I'm not alone out there. I'm not trying to be corny, but legitimately, I always feel better after doing these shows. I really appreciate that. Boo Boo, appreciate you, man. Thank you for listening in. Look, y'all got a bunch of options. You could listen to the post game on Ranger Sports Network. Those guys are great. There's a lot of options out there. I really appreciate some of y'all tuning in as faithfully as you do. It really means a lot to me. Does Leiter progress and become one of the best? I think he is definitely like a solid number 2 starter at one point. I don't know if Leiter is ever going to be like a staff headliner. Maybe some of y'all think that. I don't think Leiter is ever going to be like in Jacob deGrom's world. And I know that's a really high standard, but I'm just trying to paint the picture here. Like, I don't think Leiter is going to be knocking on Jacob deGrom's achievements at some point in his career. But I think Leiter could be a very solid number 2 starter, kind of as a ceiling. Maybe I'll disagree, but that's kind of what I'm seeing right now. That's what I would predict. If you had to make me bet on what's going to happen in Jack Leiter's career, I would say very solid number 2 starter. That's what I think that he is going to profile as. I hope to be wrong. I hope he becomes Jacob deGrom, because that means Texas is probably going to be really, really set for the next 5 years, or however much longer they have Jack. I think it is about 5 years. I hope so, but I definitely am not projecting that he is going to morph into Cy Young, be like a frontline number 1 guy, as good as Tarek Skubal and all them. I don't know about that. Hope that's fair. We keep going. Who am I rooting for in A's Astros? Is that even a question? Come on now. Y'all know who I'm rooting for in that game. What do we got? Top of the 6th, Astros up 2-1. Boo. Give me another walk-off, please. Please? Hayden, I'm with you. We got to win tomorrow. Can we please win a game tomorrow? I know it's a bullpen game. Can we please win tomorrow? Come on now. Seriously. By the way, what do we got going on after Pittsburgh on the road? We go to Pittsburgh on Friday night. That's right. It's like, what is going? Do we have another home series? Nope. Going to Pittsburgh. Do we have to face Skeens? Now I got to look this up. Do we have to face Skeens this weekend? I thought he was pitching like tonight or tomorrow, so maybe we avoid him. I don't know. Maybe we can avoid Paul Skeens. That would be great. Let's see. Tomorrow is Heaney. So Heaney pitches Thursday. That means we're probably going to miss Andrew Heaney. Let's see. Pirates have not announced a Friday starter. Saturday, Pirates have not announced the starter. Sunday, also no starter. I don't know. Maybe we hit Skeens, maybe we don't, but it looks like we're going to miss Andrew Heaney. Angels heating up. You hate to see it. Why can't the Rangers pitchers step up like the Astros pitchers? I don't want to get on the pitching tonight, man. Patrick Corbin's been great. Like, he's been great. I can't get on Corbs tonight for what he did. 4 earned runs. Like, it's not like the guy got shelled. He went, 6 innings? Did he go 6 or did he go 5? Like, the guy gave up 4 earned runs. Yeah, it's not ideal, but the dude didn't, cost us the game in my mind. You only give up 4 earned runs. You give him a chance. It's not like he got shelled for 6 or 7 and we were just never in the ball game. Of course, you'd love to see him go 3 earned runs or less. He's been doing that every start, but I'm not going to get on Patrick Corbin or Hoby Milner for that. Hoby's got a 2.30 ERA, and he gave up 2 earned runs tonight. That's how good Hoby Milner has been. Rangers actually did a nice job getting to Bubic as well. Scoring the 2 early, you just would have loved to have seen them take full advantage. Scoring 3 runs off Chris Bubic, though, has not been an easy thing for a lot of teams to do. In fact, Chris Bubic had given up 1 earned run in the first inning this entire season, and the Rangers scored 2. Doubled him up for the entire year tonight. It was impressive. You just would have loved, though, Rangers tack on. You go zeros in innings 5 through 9. It's just not going to go well for you. And that's what happened tonight. Yeah, Andrew, I'm with you. It's hard to critique the starting pitching, and especially Corbin and Milner. I know we went 5 for 13 with runners in scoring position tonight, but I still say I got to go back to the offense. You got blanked inning 5 to 9. 5, 6, 7. 5 innings? You got blanked. That's not going to win you a lot of ball games when you don't score runs after the 4th inning. That's why they play 9, baby. I'm either the most positive Rangers fan or the most delusional. I'll take that. Here's the thing. Y'all are not going to see me, throw my computer or my chair or break something. Like, I'm not going to do that anyways. Y'all know I can get hype with the best of them, but you're not going to ever see that. You've seen me watch live some very frustrating moments. We have been on the live when the Rangers have gotten walked off. We have been on the live. We were on the live during that Tampa Bay game where Robert Garcia didn't cover. Josh Smith was like 3/4 of the way to second base. Like, we've been through some frustrating moments together here right on Rangers on the show, man. You're not going to see that from me, and I'm always going to try and put things in the most positive light I can. You're going to see me be optimistic until the Rangers are eliminated, man. You really are. That's pretty much what I did all last season. I mean, look, the writing was on the wall by late August, but we stuck through it, man. We were live even when we were done. And look, it's because I love the game, and even when the Rangers are not playing well, we bleed Rangers red, white, and blue. We do. And you're just not going to see me quitting on the team. I can't even turn the game off when it gets frustrating. I mean, I just love watching baseball, y'all. And I'm grateful to have a team that won a couple of years ago. I want to see this team continue to do well. It's frustrating as I'll get out to watch this offense sputter like they have been the past 2 seasons. And I'm definitely, you guys have heard me go off on this. I'm not the guy that's like, well, at least we won in 2023. Don't be mad. I'm not built that way. I'm competitive, and I will never concede just because, 2 seasons ago we won the World Series. It's just not going to happen with me. I'll go back and watch the highlights to feel better after a loss like this, but you're not going to see me excusing what the Rangers are doing now just because they hoisted the trophy 2 seasons ago. Cole Winn lights out. I'm sure tomorrow he'll be used, JJ, 100%. 100% Cole Winn's going to be used tomorrow. Yep. July 4th tickets. JJ, I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous, man. July 4th tickets. That is like core memory for me. I know I've talked about this. My buddies and I, my high school buddies, we would literally, anytime the Rangers played on July 4th, we were there. One of my favorite things to do, the fireworks, the July 4th game, tons of great memories. I've never been to Globe Life Field for July 4th. I've been to the ballpark, obviously, for July 4th games. Core memories, man. Sunday is Paul Skeens bobblehead day, so I'm assuming we're going to see Skeens on Sunday. I mean, that'll be kind of fun. I'm not expecting to do very well if it's Skeens on Sunday, but that would be kind of fun. Leiter and Corbin had 1 bad inning. Yeah, that is true. It was basically 1 bad inning, and that did it in. Ari Hara, man. Look, y'all know I have a ton of fun going down memory lane. If you watch the last reel that I put out, the last short that I put out, if you're on YouTube, I did the 2015 Rangers versus Dodgers. They beat Clayton Kershaw on the road. Joey Gallo hit a home run off Clayton Kershaw. It was his first career road homer. I love going down memory lane, especially with the 2010s teams and even the early 2020s teams that were really, really bad. Like, I absolutely love getting to talk about some of those old players that a lot of us appreciated, kind of like cult heroes in a way. I love it. So Ari Hara, that's a classic, man. It's a classic. Starting to feel like Adolis is carrying the offense of late. And that's why I think he was hitting a little bit higher today. Look, I know that some people don't want to hear this, but I'm cheering for Adolis to do well because when he does well, the Rangers do well. But privately, I'm also glad because the more he hits right now, the more the Rangers can get out of him when they finally decide to pull the trigger on a trade. And I think it's just a matter of time. Regardless of how you feel about it, I just think not trading him and having him go into 2026 on the last year of his rookie deal, Just not getting anything for him when the rookie contract is up at the end of next season would be stupid, terrible, bad business. So whether they trade him at this deadline or in the offseason, I think it's just a matter of time. I do not think the Rangers are going to go into 2026 with Adolis Garcia on the roster. I would bet real money on that. I'll definitely eat crow, be glad to do it if I'm wrong, but I just cannot see Chris Young holding on to Adolis through the end of the 2025 offseason. I think by the end of the 2025 offseason, he will be dealt somewhere. Marty, appreciate the follow, man. Thank you so much. Rangers baseball therapy. Yes, sir. I got to catch up here. Hurts to say it, but it's run its course on El Bombi. Yup. Trade DeGrom. No. Jose, appreciate the follow. Trade DeGrom. No. 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 I don't know how else to say it. No. Don't trade DeGrom. Don't trade Evo. You've got the best 1-2 punch in baseball. I've said that so much this year. I don't know how many times I'll have to say it, but I'm not going to get tired of saying it. You've got the best 1-2 punch in baseball. If you can get to October, you have a chance to absolutely dominate with those two pitching in game 1 and game 2 for you. I mean, look, think about it. You get to a wild card game and you have DeGrom and a wild card series, and you've got DeGrom and Evo lined up 1-2. You're probably going to sweep that series. And then, yeah, you got to go into the next series and you're not going to have them in game 1 and game 2. But you make the wild card round, you're almost guaranteed to get to the divisional round if you've got DeGrom and Evo pitching game 1 and game 2 of the wild card round. And if you happen to win the division and you've got them firing off in game 1 and game 2 on extended rest, that's scary, man. Scary. Wasting Wyatt Goatford. Wyatt is going to be just fine, and he is still finding his stride, which is crazy. I know coming off a 3-hit game, some of y'all may be like, what? I mean, he's hitting 240 this year. I mean, he could be doing better than what he's doing right now. And I'm not getting on him. I think, if anything, I'm showing him some love. Wyatt Langford's potential is a lot more than what the slash line is showing you right now. So I'm 100% with you on that. Fromber and Hunter Brown, the best 1-2 punch. Oh, I needed that laugh, man. Thank you. Whoever said that, thank you. That makes me feel a lot better. I appreciate it. I needed that laugh. I really did. Hunter Brown and Fromber Valdez, better 1-2 punch than Native Valdez. I can't even say it out loud. Thank you. Thank you for the laugh, my guy. I appreciate you. Appreciate the comment. I see all these Yankees fans on Twitter saying Wyatt is getting traded to them. Yeah, no way. Assuming the offense shows up. Yeah, but in October, it's always about pitching. I mean, look, the Rangers, to go ahead and just rub it in a little bit more with some of my Astros boys hanging out. The Rangers scored quite a few runs against the Astros in that ALCS. But typically speaking, when it comes to October baseball, the pitching gets maximized. The offenses get a little quieter. I'm with you, but at the same time, I'll take my chances with Jacob DeGrom and Nate Eovaldi, game 1, game 2 of a series. I'll take my chances. Reminds me of Evo and Jordan Monty, 100%, except I would say even more fire. I mean, again, DeGrom and Evo back-to-back. Those two guys, I think, are probably top 10 pitchers in baseball right now anyways. But just the two of them together, and then you combine it with Evo and all of his wealth of playoff experience. I mean, Evo's done it at the highest level in a World Series. He's won multiple with different teams, being a big factor in really both teams, the Red Sox and the Rangers playoff runs. Jacob DeGrom has got a pretty sparkling playoff stat line himself, even though he hasn't gotten a ton of opportunities. Look, don't let Jacob DeGrom and Nate Eovaldi get to October if you're the rest of the league. Do not let those guys get to October. Evo, I think, is coming back probably by the end of the month. I would be surprised if he wasn't back by like July 4th. So I do keep saying I think the Rangers have got to survive for a couple more weeks. And I think that is going to go a long, long way. They've got to survive. McJowers, let me come back to this, man. I don't know if you're still hanging out. I just want to kind of see a poll on this because honestly, I listen to the radio guys when I watch MLB TV. I know a bunch of y'all have to watch Ranger Sports Network, and so you got to listen to Dave Raymond and Backsick or Dave Murphy. Look, I try not to be too picky, but admittedly, I listen to the radio guys synced up with the audio, or excuse me, with the visual. So I don't listen to Dave Raymond and Backsick a lot. Occasionally I do. But for every game that I listen to Raymond and Backsick, I probably listen to 3 or 4 with Jared Sandler and Hicksey and all those guys. Like, I don't know. I think it's such a cool thing MLB TV's done, allowing you to sync up the radio with Nadell and Hicksey and all them. I mean, I just listen to those guys most of the time, honestly. But what do y'all think? Are y'all on McJower's page here? Y'all like Dave Raymond, or have you been a little disappointed? I don't know. I miss some of the old school guys that used to call the Rangers TV games. Like Josh Lewin, that's a core memory for me. Josh Lewin's voice broadcasting games. I was always a fan of his. He calls, or I don't know if he still does, but when I moved out here to Vegas, he was calling Chargers games, and it was like Blast from the Past. I'm like, I know that voice. We get a bunch of, the LA and the San Diego. At the time, they were still in San Diego. And when I heard Josh Lewin on the radio for that Chargers game, I'm like, dude, I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think. Busby is classic, man. Busby, classic. Okay, a couple of y'all say like Raymond and Backsick. Backsick last year to me did not feel as sharp. This year he feels a little bit sharper, which is to be expected. I always tell everybody, like, if you ever get bored and you want to watch something funny, go and watch some of my first lives that I ever did. Like, it's awkward. You're not awesome at it when you first start. I'm still not the best at it right now, but I'll tell you this, with experience, you do get better. And so I think maybe with Backsick, that's what ended up happening. Dave Raymond's been at it forever, but I don't know. I'm mixed on it. I don't think I'm negative on Raymond Backsick. I think they're the best tandem ever. 44, you're on the no Dave Raymond page too. Okay. Austin, you're on that too. I don't know. What is it? Y'all nail it down for me. That's what I want to know. Like, what is it about it that y'all don't love? What is it about it? But look, definitely, if you can sync up the radio guys with the TV broadcast, highly recommend. Highly recommend. Even if you don't have MLB TV like I do, there's ways you can do it. I used to do it a lot. You do have to watch the game on a little bit of a delay, but you can absolutely get the radio guys up and then just hit play. You got to watch on a slight delay, but I would do that a lot just because I love the radio guys. Love those guys. Keep going. Jared's awesome. Love Jared. Big fan of Jared, for sure. And Jared's actually done a few Ranger Sports Network games. I think he did the last weekend series, right? Wasn't he over the weekend? Jared was doing it. I think Raymond got the weekend off. So, hey, there you go. Let's keep going. Who are you talking about? Who do we got to lock up for 2 or 3 years? Who are we talking about? Sorry, I missed it. Anyways, what are we at? Okay, good. We're coming up on an hour of the show. Bally Sports Southwest, man. It was funny because when I did that 2015 game, when I did that Rangers versus Kershaw game, it was Fox Sports Southwest. The good old Fox Sports Southwest days, It's the little things. Core memories, man. Jim Knox, it's kind of cool. Rangers Nation brought back Jim Knox, so I enjoy seeing Jim Knox on the Rangers Nation broadcasts or pages or videos, whatever you want to call it, that they do. So it's fun seeing Knoxy on those still. Used to watch on the WGN network. Oh, that's classic. That is classic, man. Oh, absolutely. Adolis. Okay. So Adolis, I don't think Adolis is going to be locked up for any amount of time after his contract is up. I would say there's almost a sub-zero chance, if that's even possible, a sub-zero chance of the Rangers giving Adolis any kind of contract extension. I don't think it makes sense at all. He's going to be 34 years old when the rookie contract expires. I don't think there's any chance that they give Adolis any more time. I'm not trying to be negative. Y'all know, in fact, I'm probably the opposite of that. I try to be glass half full. I don't see any world where the Rangers give Adolis 2 more years, 3 more years. He's going to be 34 when the contract expires. He's probably not going to get a multi-year deal elsewhere. Maybe some team gives him 2 years. I don't know. I definitely am not thinking that is going to happen in the slightest. Raffy Devers trade was crazy. Hey, Rachel, what's good? Thanks for hanging out. Hello from Mississippi. Well, hello from Las Vegas. No more 500. It's all right, buddy. Game 74. Game 74. Let's see where we're at game 162. But have fun for right now. Enjoy it. Let's see where we're at after game 162. We still got how many more games left in the Silver Boot? 9 games, I think we determined. It's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. We are what we are. That's a below average team. I think the Rangers have a below average offense. I think that they can be an average offense. They have above average pitching to elite pitching. I think that the Rangers can still be a playoff team. Call me delusional all you want. I prefer glass half full. I think the Rangers can still be a playoff team. We'll see what happens. Hey, we'll see. I wish we could do, you will have to think of a friendly bet on this one. We'll have to think of a friendly bet on Adolis Garcia getting re-signed beyond 2026. He still has 1 year left of team control after this season. We'll see. I wish we could get a friendly bet going on this. I would bet real money that Adolis is not going to be on the club after 2026 at the latest. But maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe he'll do a 1 year deal with the Rangers. I don't see it happening. I just think the Rangers have way too many outfielders coming up in the pipeline, in the minors. I just don't see it happening. You've got Osuna, you've got Carter, you've got Langford, and you've got other guys that they just drafted. You've got a number of dudes that I think the Rangers are going to give a shot to over an aging Adolis Garcia. And I'm not trying to be a Adolis hater. I love Adolis, but I don't see it. We'll see if I'm wrong. We'll see if I'm right. Time will tell. We keep going. We're going to start wrapping things up, by the way. I'll preview the game tomorrow. Already told y'all Sharon Armstrong is coming in to open up the game for us. It'll be a day game, by the way. Forget what time we're starting tomorrow. I think it was a 1:35 start, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check this out here. If any of y'all know, drop it in. My computer's lagging a little bit. Looks like 1:35 start time tomorrow. 1:35 start time. So that will be 11:35 for me. Yikes. Okay. We keep going. Let me see. We do have a ton of talent in the minors, Austin. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, 1:35 p.m. 1:35 p.m. So we'll be back early tomorrow. I'll probably go live pretty immediately after the game. I know a bunch of y'all will probably be at work. If you got to catch us on the replay, I totally get it. I just don't know if I want to wait all the way until the evening hours. It's a little more fun doing it right after the game anyway. So let's see, probably 3:35, 4 o'clock at the latest will probably be live, if I had to guess, Texas time. So we'll see. But I think I'll probably be right after the game tomorrow, if I had to guess. Let me look and see if there's actually any numbers worth talking about. Yeah, it'll be brunch baseball for me. I love it. It'll be great. I always say during the week, I love the day games. It just kind of breaks up the workday a little bit, breaks up the weekdays. It's just kind of nice. Anyways, Armstrong against the Royals. We do have some numbers. We've got Mark Canha, 2 for 3. We got Fermin, the catcher, 0 for 4. Garcia, the third baseman, who's been torching us this series, is 0 for 3. India is 0 for 3. Isbell, the center fielder, is 2 for 3. Let's see. Lofton, 0 for 1. Pasquantino, 0 for 6. Salvi Perez, 1 for 7. Rave, 0 for 1. Waiters, whatever his name is, 1 for 2. Bobby Witt, 2 for 6 with the homer. Actually, pretty good numbers from Sean Armstrong. Just got to look out for Bobby Witt, basically. Everybody else, pretty small sample size. Isbell, 2 for 3. I don't know. Pretty small sample size. Canha, 2 for 3. I don't know. A lot of offers, though. I like to see that. On the flip side, Texas against Waka. Waka is the probable starter for the Royals tomorrow. Jake Berger, 1 for 4. Evan Carter, 1 for 2 with 2 RBI. Adolis Garcia, 1 for 3. Haggerty, 0 for 2. Heim, 1 for 4. Higgy, 0 for 5. Don't think we'll probably see Higgy tomorrow. Langford, 1 for 4. Corey Seager, looks like 8 for 17 with 2 RBI. 417, 412 average career against Waka. So maybe tomorrow a nice day for Seager. Marcus Semien, 3 for 10. Josh Smith, although I don't think we're going to see Smitty tomorrow. They said he's going to be another game or two. I don't think we'll probably see him till the Pittsburgh series. But Smitty is 1 for 4 with the homer off Waka. It's too bad we won't see him tomorrow. I don't think he'll be playing, barring some miracle. Hey, 44, we'll see you later, man. Yeah, if you already took off, then hope you're sleeping well at this point. Yeah, I'm out on the West Coast. Vegas. Been out here forever. Off for tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow's Juneteenth. I forgot about that. I totally forgot about that for tomorrow. And now everybody's off for Juneteenth too. Totally forgot about that day coming up. Well, cool. Then a bunch of y'all will actually get to watch probably. There you go. I did not even realize that. But good for you. All right. So about time to wrap it up. Again, from tonight, I think you got to give players of the game. You got to look at Langford. You got to look at Haggerty. 3 hits apiece. Bullpen actually pitched pretty well. Jacob Webb came in and did his thing. Look, and I've been a little down on Jacob Webb. The bullpen, besides Hoby Milner, actually pitched pretty well. Luke Jackson came in the 9th inning, kept it right where it needed to be. It was just really 2 innings that did the Rangers in tonight. We'll flush it. We'll come back tomorrow, hopefully trying to salvage a game. Hopefully we will salvage a game and then be on a happy flight to Pittsburgh to take on the ailing, toiling Pirates. You can't take anything for granted in this game, man. Can't take any team for granted. But you'd like to think the Rangers can win tomorrow and then win 3 straight in Pittsburgh. Although if you got to face Skeens, maybe 2 out of 3. I don't know if I'm going to put it past the Rangers to beat Paul Skeens. I don't know about that one, y'all. Oh, shoot. Hey, good night, y'all. Appreciate, by the way, all the paid subscribers on TikTok and paid members on YouTube hanging out. Look, if you've been hanging out for a while, you love what we're doing here at the show, consider subscribing, man. You get access to our Right on Rangers Discord, priority replies in the comments of lives and in the videos we post. Helps keep the lights on so we can keep dunking on Astros fans whenever they come around. Consider it. I appreciate all y'all, though. Again, if you're on TikTok, hit that subscribe button right next to the chat. If you are on YouTube, I will paste the link one more time in here for y'all. McJowers, thank you so much for becoming a member. If you're still hanging out, that link, copy and paste it into a browser of your choice. Email me at austin@rightonrangers after the show. I'll put it in the chat as well. But thank you to all y'all for your support. Whether you're a paid subscriber member or you're just a loyal fan of the show that's showing up every night, even on the tough nights, I don't take anything for granted. Thank you so much. It really does mean a lot from the bottom of my heart. Appreciate all y'all have done to help me continue to grow this channel into one of, and this is what I'm going for, one of the bigger voices in Rangers baseball. We're trying. One day at a time, we're going to get there. And y'all are a big part of that. So thank you. All right, I'm out of here. We are going to have, let's see, an early live tomorrow. And then we'll be probably dropping a video at some point tomorrow as well. So stuff to look forward to. Matthew, we're just say 2023, bud. You don't have to overthink it. Who cares if they're running away with the division right now? Send them the 2023 highlights, buddy. You're overthinking that one a little bit. Easy dunking on Astros fans. Just send them the Adolis Garcia mixtape for the entire ALCS. Like I said, we gotta keep the lights on so we can keep doing the world a favor, dunking on Astros fans at every opportunity we can get. Blaine, I'm sorry, buddy. Sorry, you picked the wrong team in Texas, my guy. I appreciate you coming, supporting the show, commenting. Matthew, don't get too deep with it, buddy. Game 74. Game 74. Never forget 2023 when the Astros absolutely waxed us in Arlington. Y'all remember that series? And then after that series was the ALCS. Who cares what's happening right now in June? I care what happens and what things look like at the end of the season. It's why they play 162. Can't overreact. Wasn't a great night. Tonight hasn't been a great series with the Royals so far. Very small moment in time. A lot of season left. I do still believe that this team can make some noise. And we're going to be showing up every night, rain or shine. Regardless of the people doubting or the people that still have faith like me, we're here. Appreciate all y'all being here too. And with that, as I always say to end every show, God bless and go Rangers.